Hello, welcome to Miracle Monday, and this is Dawn Petalino, and for those of you who don't know me, I am a transformational coach and the best-selling author of Peace, Power, and Miracles. And Miracle Monday is where I offer you some tips and some tools, but most importantly, I want to offer you and remind you of some truths that branch across many different religions, because at the base of all religions and spirituality are essential truths. Now, I reflect a lot on two books, A Course in Miracles and A Course of Love. And if those things resonate with you, then they might be your path. So today's Miracle Monday is about recognizing that you are fully supported and beginning to trust that you are fully supported. We've been talking a lot in the last couple of videos about change and about transitions and about deeper transitions that are actually more of awakenings, more of spiritual expansions. And they can feel very chaotic and very scary. And the Course of Love reminds us that when you think of yourself as this separate self, that of course you're going to feel fearful, of course you're going to feel unsupported and afraid, because we're forgetting the essential thing that is our safety in this world, and that is our connection to a creator that created us. The Course of Love tells us that you are not your creator. Course in Miracles says the same thing. You did not create yourself. You are not your creator. And what was created by God remains created by God. So we remain that same creation. That nothing in us has changed from the beginning of time when we were first created. We remain this whole, entire, complete, loved and loving creation. And the Course in Miracles, or the Course of Love, reminds us too that, that any time that you think you're alone, that you're going to be afraid, and you have to relinquish this idea that you are alone. And you must remember that you are part of this union, of this creator. And really, that's the crux of it all, is that remembering that and just accepting, I just have to accept that I am part of this creation of love and well-being and goodness. And I have got to accept that in that acceptance itself, in that willingness to accept, I am fully carried. The Course of Love says, when you give up the control that you thought you exerted, right, over your life and circumstances, and live by grace, meeting grace with grace, accepting what is given to you for your regeneration. Now that means your regeneration is regenerating the parts of yourself that have forgotten that you are connected to this powerful, unlimited source of love. And in our regeneration is an awakening. And whenever we begin to give up the control we thought we exerted, we end up miraculously meeting grace with grace and accepting what is given in our life, not as some form of attack on us, because that way we will always see something coming as a threat. But a threat to what? If I'm created from this loving source, then I cannot be threatened. Course in Miracles says the Son of God cannot be attacked. You cannot be threatened. And so you accept what is given as your regeneration. It also says that you make these judgments based on these little pictures, and you don't see the whole picture. So it's almost like, when you were a kid and you would ask an adult a question or this, and you would say, but why, but how? And they would say, trust me, just trust me. Because they knew, just trust me. And it's kind of the same thing. Just trust me. Just trust me. Just trust me. And when we can do that, the Course of Love says that you will be supported as the elevated self in form, and it will come as natural as breathing. Course in Miracle reminds us that we have no problems that a miracle cannot solve if we are but willing to turn it over, if we are but willing to give it to Him, give it to that higher self, that higher power, and say, I don't know, but I accept that you love me, so therefore I accept these circumstances for my regeneration. I don't have to like them, and I don't have to accept them as far as pretend I like them, but I accept my feelings about it. I don't really like this, but I also accept that behind it is a higher, wiser being that is working for my good. You know, I remember when I came to South Carolina, to standing in this teacher's line, and I didn't want to be there. I did not want to come. And I just said, you know, I accepted my feelings at that moment, and I said, I do not want to be here. I don't want to be here. But if you want me to be here, I'm going to trust you. And that acceptance, both of my feelings for the situation and my acceptance of my connection to Spirit, allowed me to all of a sudden feel calmness and a peace, and to have a clear guided direction on what I was to do when those doors to that teacher fair opened. I knew where I was supposed to go. I had the interview. I knew I could leave. That's just how it was. I accepted the circumstances for my regeneration because I accepted the source of love that was offering them to me. And that is your Miracle Monday. You are fully supported. Our only part is be willing to accept that we are. And in that, you meet grace with grace. Happy Miracle Monday. I hope you enjoyed this. If this was helpful to you, feel free to like our page, to share it with a friend, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.